So I'm gonna do 0 damage run. Okay. What's the command for the hit counter? Exclamation point hit counter, I think. Like that. It's a pretty straightforward one. Andy Claus, have a good sleep. I'll see you later, man. Thank you very much. Elias already died the same way, broken hitbox. Well, in the clip, it did actually, like, it got really close to the character. I just couldn't see it, though. It was so fast, but it kind of sucks. I was just a little early. Like, I just went a little earlier than I should have. But you can't see, like, you can't see that attack, really. You have to just know. You have to, like, sense it. Unless you can somehow, like, have enough time to get the camera in a good spot. But then again, you don't know when he's going to do that, so didn't really expect it. Miyazaki is just one of those men that likes to watch the world burn. Maybe he secretly is, but like, to be fair though, he seems like he's really nice. He's pretty shy apparently. How badass must it be to be the guy whistling in Ennio Morricone's orchestral scores? I wish I could be good at whistling. I need to practice that. I've never been good at whistling. Light Strike, have a good evening as well. Thank you so much for hanging out, by the way. What's a good capture card, King? People typically go for Avermedia and Elgatos quite a bit. In my experience, I've had problems with Elgatos, so while I haven't had an Avermedia yet to give you the heads up, a lot of people that do have them say they're good. So I would recommend that personally, but only because I've had some issues that I wouldn't want anyone else to have with Elgatos. Broman Fresh McDude Sauce Boy. Oh my god. That's an insane name. Maybe that's the new stream name. Broman Fresh McDude Sauce Boy. Probably pretty happy about finally winning Game of the Year. Oh yeah, for sure. I think he said he didn't even expect that. Although I guess they have to show up in case they get it. Like if they're a nominee, they have to be there in case, right? Oh, this is really weird. There's two songs playing at once. It kind of goes together. These leapfrog things are so weird. Do you mean the Hollows? Gonna watch Bionic Nova after the stream. She's doing DS3 no-hit run with a PB of 8 for anyone that's interested. Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll raid Nova. What of the sound software did you learn today, Labyrinth? I actually haven't been doing anything with music today. Just went out and then came home and streamed. So yeah. Yeah, the whole thing with that is really annoying, but it was good while it lasted. It's one of those things where it was nice using Cubase while it lasted. I wish that the process to get it up and running again wouldn't require me to completely like just change my hardware or set up the other PC with it, but only because if I do, I'll have to buy it again. It won't be possible to transfer the license. I've already done that too many times between two computers, so. What would really be upsetting though is if the 5700 in the other computer would do the same thing, and there's no way to know, and I have the same problem after paying for everything, so I don't want to spend money on it until I can guarantee that it won't give me problems. So that's why Reaper right now is probably the smartest. Just need to reorganize my whole VST catalog and everything and just like get the directory for it registered properly so it's not all over the place, because there's a lot of VSTs I have everywhere. Don't do DLC to finish the stream. Well, I was sometimes I'll practice the DLC for fun, but we've already gone over it quite a bit. I'm gonna do an any percent right now. Sarcastic, what's going on, man? How was your stream or your Christmas? Other game would have won if Sekiro didn't. I was thinking it was gonna be Death Stranding, to be honest. It's because I don't know why. I mean, like, I just thought it was so different that maybe it would be credited heavily on that. Smash community was triggered as hell during the Game of the Year. Smash is a really good game, man. Like, it's honestly unfortunate that it doesn't win or anything. Like, I honestly would be super happy if Smash won Game of the Year as well. I really like that game. It was pretty good. Sarcastic, thanks for asking. What does humanity do in this? So humanity, in this particular run, we're actually offering it to a covenant later on to open a door, but then in the meantime, it boosts the item discovery. So by the time we get to this next part, I'll have a higher chance of getting the item I need to drop from one of the tree guys. So we need poison moss, we need the purple one. So I mean, you can still get it, it's just a little more likely. And then it has some other effects too, like basically you can get, you can use it to reverse your hollowing so you can play online, make your character a human again. Can also use it to heal too, like when you pop it, it heals you, so some people do that. Playing this for Switch right now. Nice, man. What do you think of it so far? Lucas, what's up? Oh no, you killed Santa Claus, man. Don't do that. Song name? La Ballada dei Sogni Infranti by La Finestra. There should be a panel below the video player that has it. And also there's a playlist that you can get the link for where it's on there. But if you're on desktop, there's a Spotify now playing panel.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
MK Fliggity Big Baddy Get Muglicky God Dig It Hammer.
Also, I probably pronounced that wrong, but hey, I was pretty close, I think. So yeah, don't even. This is a good song though. I've probably listened to it a million times. John, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Crazy that From Soft Game won Game of the Year. It is. I'm surprised. Sorry, I was kind of just like bracing myself to figure out what I was going to say to that, just because like I was surprised about it too. But I think they deserve it though. It's, you know, you'd think they'd get Game of the Year. They make some of the best games. Very, very big vape. I was just like literally breathing into the mic or inhaling into the mic. Sometimes I'll do that when I'm just trying to think of something, but need that big oxygen for the brain IQ to calibrate. For gonna be sharing music, you have one for me? Yeah, anytime anyone has any music they want to share, just give me a whisper message with the Spotify link. And if I like it, I'll add it to one of the playlists. That good air suck.
So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Yellow Heart.
Bina, thank you so much for the 26 months. How have you been? What's going on?
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel.
Decado, thank you for the Prime sub. Hope you enjoy your emotes, man. I appreciate that. The first song you had going in your intro was so good. That guitar was nasty.
So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Speaking of guitar. Viking, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back, man. How's the studio stuff going for you, dude? I haven't really talked to you much lately. We gotta do something again soon. Yeah, so actually that song in the intro, I actually have a video for that if you want to see it, like being played and all that. Like I don't really do it justice completely, especially with the quality of the video and the audio at the time, but I put quite a bit of time into it, so I think it was all right. There's not a lot of people that covered that song, so it's called Matahari. I was off of Interval's EP, I think. Oh, I need to wait. I got the materials, but I didn't upgrade. Ghoulish, what's up? How are you doing? Wish your band was still on Spotify, Dwayne. Why aren't you on Spotify anymore? What happened? Been working on building a mixed portfolio at the moment. Got a band from Oslo that you're mixing as well. Kind of like Dillinger Escape Plan. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I want to hear that stuff. You should send it to me if you're able to. It costs $48 a year to have your band on it, so you have to be making a significant profit for it to be worthwhile, I'm assuming, right? $48 a year though. That's honestly less than I would have assumed that they would be charging people. Not active anymore, so not worth it. So what other criteria do you need to have in place to be an artist on there? Is it just paying the fee and having at least one track? Shinobi, what's going on? First time watching the stream. Keep it up. Coming from YouTube. Nice. I feel like I should have like an automated greeting command that is made for the people that come from YouTube, because like this has happened so many times now, even just today. Like I really appreciate you making the effort to do that. That's really cool. Called Shaving the Werewolf. Oh, that's pretty pretty funny, actually. Shaving the Werewolf is the name. Still can't believe how many subs Mix came out today. Honestly, that's like, I don't even know what to say. Like, you better believe that I would probably be absolutely broken to like pieces if I was just in a more emotional state.
Merry Christmas cake, Dad. In full mast and ready to set sail to Ontario.
I kind of just had like a very like straightforward day, and like I just was really focused and wanted to do well in the game. But if I was like having a bad day or something like that would have probably made me cry. Like that was just ridiculous, man. I was trying to hold it, kind of just keep it pretty formal, but I just don't even know what to say when that kind of stuff happens, man. Faraz, thank you for the 42 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. How's the Sekiro speedruns right now? Are you close to the record? I actually have to watch more of that. We were talking about it. You're full master, ready to set sail to Ontario. Oh boy. So yeah, are we doing that trip with everyone over in your province at some point? You're not in charge, okay. Sounds pretty cool. There's a lot of really good scenery around that area too. I've actually wanted to go there for a while, so a lot of cool pictures to take and everything.
Happy Christmas, Quill. It's been great getting to know you and the Souls community this year's Quill.
Wolfabell with the 500 bits. What even? Thank you. I appreciate that. That's super nice of you. I've had a very nice time getting to know you and your community as well. You're like way too kind. You praise the shit out of everybody. You're like way too nice, to the point where it's actually like so holistic that people that think that this is wholesome should see that, then they think this is like me basically just like being a hooligan or something. Like it's just you're way too nice. You need to tone down a bit. Like you could simmer down on that. You could call me like a jerk or something, and I'd be okay with it. You have a free pass on calling me mean names for like a good week, for all the nice things you said. Basil, what's going on, by the way? I'm sorry I didn't even say hi to you yet. I don't know if you were here for a bit. I haven't seen you for a while either. Instead of a lame command, we in chat can just welcome everybody. That's true. It's very true. Am I being sorry? No, I'm being 100%. Like, really, you just are really kind to a lot of people. I listen to the way you speak about a lot of people, and it's just. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I don't. I think for me in particular, you definitely go overboard because I don't think I deserve all that. But there is some people that do deserve it, but you're just super nice. So. Some people don't want to talk highly about other streamers because they're afraid it's going to take their audience away from them, and it will make the other person seem more appealing, so it's more of a competition thing. But you're pretty, like, you seem pretty honest about it. I've seen so many people not even want another channel's name mentioned in their stream because it's just like immediate advertising. I've seen like one of the most professional streamers at the time that I thought I knew, or that I thought was like the most professional, literally threatened to ban a guy because he was having a discussion with another viewer about a channel they liked. Like, that was illegal in the channel. They couldn't discuss another channel existing. It's like, dude, you've done this for like how many years full time? How many people do this? How can you try to control someone's discussion with someone else about something they like and think that they're gonna want to be there? Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I didn't see how that would even make any sense, but it's like the exact opposite of that, so it's really nice to see. That's a yikes. Yeah, but this guy, like, he had been streaming for a while. I'm not gonna name drop, but like, I looked up to him for a really long time, and he was on like a really, really good big stream team, like part of like a group of really big variety streamers that were, you know, kind of thriving on the site at the time. And it just kind of made me think a little bit differently about it. Like, maybe he's just really like competitive and business oriented and isn't really wanting other people to find a broader amount of entertainment or whatever. I don't know. Because like, if I like something, I'm not gonna try to lie to you and say like it's not worth checking out just because I want you to stay here. I'd rather be honest about it. It's not gonna, like, and if you were ever going to not come back, it was gonna happen regardless. It's just a matter of time. Got banned from a channel for defending somebody. Some people, yeah, I honestly don't even get it, man. But different rules, different places, whatever, different mindsets. And I understand the business mindset, but there's like just some degree of it that's not necessary. Not when it comes to like the general community of other streamers you like, or that other people enjoy. As long as no one's like defaming anybody.
So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
It's me again, Kappa.
Platinum, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. How's it going, man? It's you again. Not you again. Oh, why does it have to be you? Why can't it be? Why can't it be me? Why can't it be they? Why can't it be why, or how, or what, or who? I think we both make no sense at this point, but Quail Egg's almost dead, so it's working. Rising tide lifts all boats. That's a pretty good one there. Don't wanna be a Moby Dick. Haha. Haha, so cringy. Dad in khakis with a collared shirt. Cringy. Haha. That's one that'll literally, like, your kids will actually lose friends at school if you tell that publicly, 100%. Like, don't tell jokes like that at like a birthday party or something. Hate to ask, but is the lag on my end or my own? Or your end or my own? I have a 3-second delay, but I can't read stuff the second it all pops up necessarily. So I have it on low latency right now. Sometimes low latency gives other people issues though through the video player if you're not, if it doesn't like work well with whatever your setup is. You're legit dying right now? Oh no. How do you organize a space party? You plan it? Oh god. I haven't heard that one. That sounds so basic and so stupid, but like honestly that got me a bit. But you plan it. Oh dude, I hate those. I hate and love those jokes so much. Oh. Why? How have I been doing? Enjoyed the holidays? Yours were uneventful, but that's what you wanted. Cool. Mine were good. It was nice streaming with you guys for a little bit, like a half stream yesterday. Saw my mom, which is cool. Definitely good to catch up. I hadn't really seen her for a while before I moved back here, so it's nice. And I'll probably see some of my other family over like where they live in like a week or so. A little bit over a week maybe. How come no Sekiro gameplay, Gunky? Today? I just really want to focus on the run and get it, but we were also realizing that I haven't done the any percent damage list on this, so why not try to squeeze it in at the end of the stream? Because it's like an hour less, so that could be perfect. What did you get or give Lethal for Christmas? Oh, you're talking to Lethal. Sorry, my bad. How many times have I done ADS1 no hit? Well, in the process of doing the trilogy run, and if we're including SL1 and regular, like both trilogies, several dozens of times for sure. Across everything, probably like over 25, 30 times or something like that. And that is a testament to even that not being enough to do this, or like even that not being enough to make this much easier. Or maybe it is making it much easier, but it's just that silly sometimes. I think that what I want to do for DS2 when we learn it is make two different runs. We're gonna make like a core run and then like a DLC run or a problematic run, where we go over the hardest stuff before we know we can do it all sequentially, just to get it all done, because we won't make it to it as much when we actually get into it. So beforehand we'll do that, because for this I've already had so much experience with the optional stuff, so I don't need to do that as much. But for DS2 I've never actually completed an all content run that's like serious or anything, so I need to learn all that. Do Prime subs even get the icon? Typically, it would be the same thing as a regular sub.
Don't get you.
Last Christmas, you gave Lethal your heart. The very next day, he gave it away. Lethal, why'd you do it, man? I didn't show after you sub. Sometimes you have to refresh, like the badges won't show up right away. Do you make the same money from a Prime sub as a regular sub? You have Prime, but you'd rather give me the full one. It's the same thing. It's calculated all the same. The only real difference is on the dashboard. It'll just divide it and show what portion came from Prime, what came from regular subs. But in the end, it's all the same thing. It's just convenient for you if you already use Prime. Okay, that was actually, that didn't look like it was scary, but I actually attacked the guy and it didn't work, and I was like, okay, now I gotta like dodge or I'm gonna die. I thought I was actually gonna do a running attack. It didn't do anything though. Oh man, that was scary. I wonder if it registered on the controller. Numbers, thank you for the 27 months and the tier 2 resub, dude. Wow. People still doing tier 2 in 2019, late 2019. If we have tier 2 subs in 2020, I'm gonna call it right now. We're eventually gonna own 0.000000006% of the entire universe one day. But it might take someone else to kind of like continue the legacy. And the universe might have to shrink like millions of times, but like we might actually be able to do that. Just saying. Saving the run for New Year's. Yeah, I was thinking of what I wanted to do for that. So I'm definitely not going to stream at midnight or anything like that. But earlier in the day, though, I might just do the regular stuff, and then maybe like some extra stuff on the side too. Like I really wanted to try getting over it again, but I don't know. What are the sub tiers? They have tier 1, 2, and 3. What do they mean? So someone can choose to, like, if they want to contribute more for a sub a month, they could do $10 or $25, but then you get an extra mote per tier. It's really not worth it in my opinion. I don't really encourage it. Some people just do it because they want to do it regardless of what they get from it, but there's not enough perks that support it in my opinion. So some streamers actually offer other things that they provide that the site doesn't. So like they might do like if they're an artist, they might give you like a like some digital art or whatever, or maybe you get like different Discord privileges, or maybe they gate it behind some sort of like being a VIP in chat or whatever, being a moderator. I don't know, things like that. So I really don't, for myself, think that tier 2 and 3 is necessary at all. But there's people that still do it, and it's insane, man. Do you think there's more than one universe? Well, there's multiverses. There's like pockets of crazy space that's even bigger than universes technically, as far as I know. I mean, like, but can I prove that though? I mean, like, I'm sure someone that is in some branch of science could probably suggest why that's the case, but who really knows though, man? Who really knows? I've been led to believe there's multiverses. There's many pockets of space in varying sizes, all the way up to things that have names that are just ridiculous. And you know, that's in the multiverse. I am happy and successful in all of them. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it matters too much what I think individually, because my contribution to the planet, or even just myself, is just really not impactful enough to do anything. If that's not the case, I don't think anything I do will change because of that, or anywhere. Like me believing that versus believing something else will not change me immediately, or probably won't change a lot of people at all. So, but in terms of discovery and exploration, all that stuff, I don't know. I don't know, man. There's a lot of like controversial stuff in those discussions too. It's really hard to have discussions about things that you can't immediately prove yourself, but also you can't even like really imagine or quantify. Like it's not tangible. Like you can't like go and like point and be like, yeah, this is why, this is that, necessarily, if it's like a space so far beyond like what we would feasibly reach. But like you could, I don't know, you could try to justify it in certain ways. I'm not educated enough to do that or tell you why, but maybe someone can. I'm sure even if like, sometimes no matter how much proof there is of things too, some people just won't believe certain stuff. So like you kind of choose your own reality in a sense. Belief matters immensely regardless of the perceived size of the universe, because all things are relative, and relative to your existence and your opinion. It's the only truth you'll ever know. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I really don't think, I don't know. Just there's so much. It's a rabbit hole discussion, dude. It's just there's too much to talk about, and it doesn't amount to anything being achieved in a lot of cases whenever I have these discussions with people. So, it can grant more perspective if you can limit it at a certain point. But if you go too far into it, it might be just hard to actually understand because you don't have the education to even understand it.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
But you're right though, sometimes people do need like some sort of like they need to be grounded by some sort of belief or some sort of idea of how things work just so they can be content. I don't really feel I need to be, personally. I'm open to just a lot of things, and if I feel like it can kind of make sense to me somehow, sure, I'll roll with it, whatever, but I'm not too worried about that though. I'm more worried about immediate things that are like impactful with my doing, other people's doing, my surroundings, the environment, the planet that we're on, stuff like that. That's pretty much it. Beyond that though, I mean, sure, there can be things that could possibly improve humanity, but even if like, let's say even if there was all this stuff, let's say even if like there's X and Y, whatever, like how do you not like it's like who calls the shots on that? Who's withholding information from you that may already exist? How do you know there's information that already exists? Then you get into a point where there's people that have conspiracies about stuff, and then it becomes like an even bigger rabbit hole. So it's just like depends on who you're talking to, but it'd be nice to like on that topic have someone that's educated speak about it and tell you what their studies have shown them, because there's more supporting evidence for it, I guess, or more of a reason. Zagbo, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. I guess I say that though because I try to veer off of political or religious discussions here, and I know some people, even with just that discussion, can have different views, so don't want to conflict or anything. I don't think it matters too much. Paradox? Do I like paradoxes? They could be interesting, but I don't obsess about that kind of stuff. I don't know. I try not to. I've talked to some pretty interesting people before and heard some very, very different things from many smart people. And I will say that, like,
Merry Christmas at Squillakilla.
if I let any of that in the end ultimately influence me with the way that I thought in an absolute way, then it could be dangerous to in certain ways. I don't know, because even with everything someone might know that is an intelligent person, whatever, it's like are they 100% correct about everything, or are they? Are they all-knowing? No, probably not. Are they maybe very knowledgeable in the field of what they're immediately looking for? Maybe. Are the things that are leading them to the answers only because they're trying to be led in certain directions? Maybe. Stuff like that. So I don't try to like lead myself in certain directions with things. I think that's like why there's a lot of problems with like the whole flat earth thing and the whole you know, a lot of like the popular conspiracies of people believing things that are like very against the grain from like traditional beliefs. But because I think and even some traditional things, or what some people consider traditional, it's like you can kind of let yourself be led to be like led down a path, sort of, and if it like makes you happy and all that, that's great. That's awesome. So long as it doesn't impose anybody else, but like it's still just don't like the idea of being like pulled in a direction, because it's more comfortable to like go with the flow of that. I'd rather be open to a lot of stuff. Just listen to other people's ideas on it. But can I prove out anything myself? No, I don't have the ability to do that. Egg, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Still talking about the multiverse? I'm just talking about like the debate of a lot of stuff, like just like space, origin, different branches of science, different ways of justifying things. Religion, politics, all that. It's like they become such like insane discussions. Like that here is like a hard place to have them without the right
What do an
structure and
alcoholic
education, I
and
think.
an necrophiliac have in common? They both like to crack open a cold one.
Hentai Master, thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate it. Crack open a cold one. Oh, okay, that's a bad joke. Let's not go to dark humor. That's a terrible one. That wasn't as bad as some that I've seen in chat. Like that was a little bit more on like the entry level of dark humor, but I would probably recommend avoiding that just because it's a little iffy, probably with like TOS as well. I don't know. It's pretty uncommon to find personalities on the internet that are okay with fringe ideas, as long as it's being discussed and not imposing others. Kudos to you. Oh, thanks, man. I don't know. I know people that are very like this doesn't even have to apply to like humanity or like anything bigger than just being immediately here. But there's people that will like, they'll be so like stuck on believing a certain thing, where even being subjected to information that proves otherwise direct, like where it's like undeniable, they still won't change the way they think because they're just so comfortable with like believing that, or they're so righteous of it that they can't even be swayed a little bit by being provided different information. Whereas for me, like if I get to the point where like someone's like, actually, you know, you're wrong about this and I can show you why, and they show me, I'm like, I'm not going to try to deny it when I can see that like obviously that's the truth. So I try to be thinking that way too, because I don't want to be the person that's like too stuck in every single way of thinking, you know, because I am pretty stubborn, so I think I have like a higher chance of maybe leaning towards that. But just I don't want to be like too stagnated and not able to develop in any way like that, or open the perspective more. And I guess what I mean is kind of like the type of person where it's like you maybe are like, I don't know, like you do something, you're an expert, you're a master of it, you've done 10,000 hours on it or more, and then someone will try to tell you stuff about what you do that they don't even know and they've never done it. And it's just like, I don't want, and it's like then they won't agree with you, and you're the one that's like spent the 10,000 hours. It's like I don't want to be that person. Yeah. I don't want to give 10,000 hours quality of advice without any, like without even a zero, yeah, involvement, and like not be willing to kind of like also improve the perspective, change it based on new updates on information, all that. Because like that's like really inefficient, I think, and just like not good. Not good for you overall to grow. But people feel literal pain generated in the same part of the brain as physical pain when confronted with an idea that disagrees with strongly held beliefs. That's why people hate changing their minds. Yeah, that's true. For sure, man.
Yes, I see.
Oh, I didn't want to say no to Griggs.
Oh, all right. No.
Oh, actually, I can get the humanities over here. I forgot those. And they also tell you why you're wrong and they don't have a clue. Yeah, what would be some of the topics that you're self-aware of being stubborn on? I'm not talking about being stubborn on certain topics. It's more of just, I have a stubborn nature. Like, I'm pretty hard-headed where, like, if something is not working or whatever, like, I try to figure out a way to make it. If I'm really, like, wanting to figure it out, like, I will bang my head on a wall and, like, I'll even sometimes work inefficiently or not work smart to, like, do something just with brute force if it comes down to it until it's done. Blindly, just good, like, just yeah, I just can be like that over certain things, but I've tried to improve that. But I mean, like, a lot of people have those traits, and in certain cases will do that. You know, it's just. Did the splits shrink? Yeah, they did. We're doing the 80% now. Just to end off this. What does killing that guy do? Just lets you go up the stairs. Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about Greg. So he gives you a ring that you need later on. So it makes it safer to grab it instead of getting it from the other location. That music gave the Boulder Knight plus 1,000 intimidation. Make a joke connecting slippery when wet signs to the leaves falling seasonally. I'm just, all I can think of is like, see you next fall. Your favorite season must be autumn, because yeah, cringe. Going away and coming back in really makes you lost in the combo placement. Yeah, I was gonna say. What's the latest on Elden Ring? Best Buy has it for pre-order. Well, there's not really any gameplay footage on it yet. I don't know. I think they're just, yeah, the pre-orders are already available though. That's interesting. I'm not really sure when we're gonna see it, but I'm sure it's gonna be soon though. Probably in the new year. Maybe even before this month's over. Is there any other conferences left? This topic highly reminds you of Mark Manson's philosophy. What was his philosophy overall? It's not a bad thing as long as you don't open it so far your brain falls out. Yeah. Keep your head zipped up a little bit. Yeah. I know. I think there can be like a problem with stubbornness that stems from self-reliance as well, but it's like too deep-seated when it becomes the factor that basically prevents you from learning or growing or anything. Because, like, kind of what you said, you don't want to be so open-minded you're naive and you don't think for yourself for like any single thing at all, but you also, like, you want to have some self-reliance and also ability to deduce information and form your own opinions and like ways of approaching things without having to inquire all the time. But still, like, it's like a fine mixture, I guess, right? Does Wood Grain Ring give you actual bonus other than looking good souls point? It gives you some extra iframes. It gives you a quicker recovery on the animation, longer distance that you can travel in a shorter time. It's pretty cool. Everglow, thank you for the Prime sub. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Welcome. What did you miss, Basil? We had some discussions about some things like the universe and stuff. We were talking about how the universe was flat, but then we realized the Earth was actually a dodecahedron, and I was thinking that maybe if I went to go and look through a telescope and I was on the moon, I could see that and prove it, but they won't let me go to the moon because I didn't go to NASA for that astronaut program. So I have to go back and wait until I can get into a program and get on the moon, and then we can go look at that. And this right here, planet of the Earth over yonder. So that's what happened. That's a really short summary. Just became American, yeah. I love Hobbs' impression of Americans. I'm American, takeout. 4th of July. I love America. Every time I'm American, I sound like this. Have I been to Arkansas? I've been through the entire east side of the states from top to bottom. So I was South Carolina, North Carolina. They sound like that a little bit. Well, no, actually, I wouldn't say like that was even like a consistent accent. That was phasing like in and out, but I've heard that accent enough. I'm from Canada, yes. Accent is regionalist. Yeah, there's different southern accents. That was just like a weird kind of gray area there. Time travel mathematics in the stream. Everybody get their thinking caps ready. Pennsylvania gang. You try to speak American, they always sound southern. I think that's just like the most, like, I think that's the most admirable or like iconic accent though, to be honest. Maybe the easiest to do, I don't know. I think southern accents sound pretty cool, but like just there's some very subtle accents too. Like you're from like Wisconsin, right, Ali? So like your accent, it sounds kind of similar to a Canadian, but maybe not all Canadians. Maybe certain Canadian accents. You know, places like California where you wouldn't even, you could like, there could be someone from California you wouldn't necessarily know for sure. They could easily not be American. It wouldn't be as definitive, right? Unless you maybe lived there and you knew. But like I've heard people from there where it's like I think they could be Canadian. They could be from somewhere else other than California. Then you could be like from New York and it's like, well, like that's pretty obvious. It's an easy one, yeah. I don't know, like even Minnesota, like that's pretty, it's pretty like a very easy to detect accent for me at least. Like I could like hear that and be like, you're probably from Minnesota.
Go along.
Cali accent, everyone slurs like they're drunk. Let's go surfing. I'm so excited. Oh my god. I just broke a nail. Can you do a British accent? It would be the same thing as a southern one. It would be like a combination of a bunch of different ones. They're just rolled into a random ball of awkwardness. I don't know. I could do like Hob when he's like doing the rave ball thing. That's pretty funny. Actually, you going on about putting fries on a sandwich was really funny. Like the level of enthusiasm and how patriotic you were about putting fries on a sandwich should be an advertisement for the UK. For like why you should vote for certain political parties or just visit for like traveling, tourism or something like that. It's like, bruv, you gotta go and get fries and put it on a piece of bread and eat it and it's going to be really good and you're going to enjoy it and it's really like visit the UK right now. Like just do it. Just put fries on a sandwich and do it. Just do it. It's like, who puts fries on bread and eats it? I honestly have never done that before. That's scary in my opinion. I would actually be terrified of doing that. And you like call it like chippy or something like that. Like what about fries? What is fries in the UK? Again, they're just called chips. And then chips are called crisps. It's pretty interesting. Wasn't bad. I could, your accent's really strong. I don't know if I could do it. There's like a level of enthusiasm with it that's just not possible. Because I don't even think I'm that enthusiastic of a person in general. But you have quite a enthusiastic accent. Chip buddy. Fry sandwich. Ever tried drugs? Depends on what classifies as a drug. You mean like the stuff where you take like M&Ms, you crush them up and you snort them? No, don't do that. That's stupid. I remember there was kids in elementary school that would do stuff like that. I always made that one joke. There was like a kid that would have a fruit roll up on his face with eye holes poked through it and a tongue hole, and I was like, he's not going to be a doctor. I was probably wrong though. Smoking Smarties. Oh god. Don't do it, please. Definitely snorted pixie sticks in high school. I think there was a kid that did that was dared to one time. and just a group of friends when I was younger, and I was like, man, that must be like the most terrible experience ever. Like those things aren't even, they're not even really that nice like to eat. So like why'd you want to do that? Doritos on a sandwich after being in the pool. Wait, what? What? Is that a meme? Honestly, Gunky, after seeing that video you sent me, and then also knowing the kind of music your boyfriend plays in his band, and knowing and seeing them play it, I have to say that that comment is definitely the opposite. You definitely have before, 100%. If my radar is working correctly in my brain, you definitely have. Definitely. You snorted pixie sticks in high school? Oh no. Let's not do that. Like for a dare or something? Is there a story behind the nickname? So, this is the first PSN account that I had when I was 14. I just used it for this because I would use it for any kind of gaming related thing. So, it's pretty much that. I wish I had a cool story. I was fighting a tiger on a mountain. I was bleeding out. I had to rip the tiger's mane off and tie it around my arm to survive. I punched him in the head so hard he rolled down the cliff, but he took him with me. Or took me with him. I'm already getting frazzled trying to tell the story because I can't go back there again. It was scary. It's like, that's why I'm called Tiger. The tiger's name. Like, I wish I actually like bare hand wrestled a wild animal to get the name. True story, my gym teacher in high school actually got scratched by a bear and he has like a crazy scar. This guy was so scary though. I feel like if you were a wild animal, he would be like, it would be like the equivalent of you seeing like an actual bear or like a wild cow, like seeing this guy as a human. Like he was terrifying, man. So like he would actually, I remember he used to tell me in the winter, like he would open the windows in his house and sleep with no heat on, and his like wife was like, what were you doing? And he just like put on like 300 blankets because he's practicing winter survival or something, even when he wasn't camping. Like he was just that hardcore. He probably would like eat like bugs on the ground and stuff like that too. And he showed us how to punch someone in the solar plexus and like injure them like severely. It's pretty crazy. Canadian gym teacher, yeah, this guy should have had his own show, man. He was like one of the best teachers, but he was pretty hardcore though. You'd probably want him on your side if you got into a situation, for sure. There are bears in Canada. Did he apologize when it scratched him? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, he taught the winter survival course though as well, and we just heard so many crazy stories in that class. Go to Toronto and fight a Toronto raccoon. That'd probably be even more terrifying, to be honest. It's like, that's definitely not toothpaste. That's something else coming out of its mouth. Raccoons don't brush their teeth. You ever play For Honor? I played For Honor really hoping it would become something pretty cool, and then they didn't really take it in the direction I thought, but the most I played For Honor was actually before it came out. I played it the week before it released, and then one day on release. And it was the same thing for Absolver. A week before it came out was the best time to play it. Once everybody got it, it was different, and then they just started making changes that weren't really smart for competitive play and all that. Teacher's basically Major Pain, kind of, yeah. Three kind of bears: black bears, grizzly brown bears, and endangered Arctic bears. Oh wait, we didn't put in the fall control. Okay, raccoon apparently does, never mind. But can you speak for every raccoon? That's the thing. How do we know? Did I watch the whole video? I did. I watched the whole thing, yeah. What do you think? First of all, you made a burrito that looked really good. So I need to figure out what you're doing with your burritos that you're making. And their band, the song they reply, I sent you a reply to it actually. I was saying that song sounded a lot better. Because I heard some clean vocals in it. I didn't know that there was any like singing in anything they were doing, so that's pretty cool. I feel like when you have the ability to write music that's that like odd with like the odd meter and everything, but like really tight, and you have a good group of people to do it, like adding in some musicality to it is like just like that's all I wanted to hear, and I didn't know if there was anything that was more musical. But I also didn't know if that was like not the direction they were supposed to be going in, because there's certain genres that aren't really that musical. But yeah, they definitely can play music for sure. Like, and I think it's cool. I I hope I can hear the music when they release it. Like if they make another album or whatever. You tried Ashen. Be glad that I didn't buy it. What did you think about Ashen? Why did you decide to go for 100% to any percent, or did you just shorten the splits? So we're ending the stream with any percent. So I still have not gotten this run. We got the practice on the late game stuff that we would need to be pretty confident on this. So if we can just make it past this part, I think we can nail it before we're done. Also, no Black Halberd to worry about getting upgraded or anything. As long as I don't screw up Duke Skip, like there's a pretty damn good chance. There's no reason why. Had For Honor for a day, took it back after 10 minutes. For Honor. Unfortunately, they definitely had potential with it. I hope they make a new game that's kind of like that, but just a bit different. Because they really tried to push the competitive play in the tournaments and stuff like that, and it was just at a point where it couldn't be saved. They're putting a lot of money into it. You know, people are flying on planes to go to these tournaments and everything. It's like, guy wins by practically cheating. I'll never forget that, man. I watched that because, like I said, two of the people I'm friends with actually were there. And I wanted them to win, and neither of them won because this guy did this exploit the entire time. It was almost like it wasn't even worth doing a tournament over. For Honor has a very steep skill curve. Oh, I'm not. I wouldn't debate that, man. It definitely takes some skill to play it really well, for sure. It's mainly just how they balance the game, how they listen to player feedback as well, and what people want ultimately, and just maybe take some tips from other games they're doing well also. They just didn't really get off to a great start with that. And the problem is, if you don't get enough traction early enough, there's not enough consistent interest in it. It can't kind of, like, the peak is going to be pretty early on, and then it's going to just go down the hill. And I feel like that's kind of what happened. It just, now it's lost a huge amount of appeal. Even a year ago, it still didn't really have that much appeal. I'm just gonna pop this anyways, even though we kind of waited too long. that was really weird. That guy never did a double shot on the left, and he actually de-aggroed before I could even get a way up there. That's weird. Usually he would just double shot before that. So the other guy also unequip his weapon from like a really far distance. That's kind of strange. I don't know why that would happen. Maybe I just don't notice that usually because I'm always listening for the one on the left. Do I have a favorite meme? For a while it was the crumpled. I don't know if you know what Crumple the Kid is. There's a guy that basically, he was talking about like, and I know like the context of this sounds really bad, but like he's talking about a community, as like a church group or something like that, where there was a kid that was like acting up or whatever. And this guy, okay, when he says kid, the guy's like 18 or something like that, and it's like a pastor explaining it, and he's just like, he just wasn't taking the Lord serious, so I walked up to him, and I just punched him in the chest. I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him, and like he's just so confident in saying how hard he hit this guy over not taking something serious. And the way he explained it, like the first time I saw that, I was crying from laughing just because. Like I did not expect that. Like I didn't, and then I made a remix of it actually. That I think I might have removed from YouTube, but I made my own like little spin-off of it because it was just so funny. But you need to actually watch the whole video to get it, to understand what I'm talking about. I don't know why, that just sometimes really stupid things make me laugh. You remember that one? Yeah. And it was funny because like in the run we would go to the DLC, and then Hawkeye would shoot Cal on me with the arrow, and then we'd play the Crumple the Kid thing as soon as he got shot with the arrow. What's the video's name? I think you can just search Crumple the Kid, dude. Like 100% it'll be there. I don't know. That was like one of the funniest things I've seen. I don't know why. It's just at the time, as a meme, that was. I don't even think it was really a meme. Like it actually happened, but it was like the fact the way he explained it just. Yeah, and we even have like the Squill Crumple emote too, but it doesn't really match that. Just so it was a very descriptive word choice. Valtray, how are the runs going? This one is just an any percent that we're doing to finish off, but it's going all right though. We did a full run earlier, made it to the DLC. It's like the first run of the day pretty much, and then I did another one that made it to Anor Londo, and then this is another one that's back there now, but it's just any percent. So at the very least, maybe we can get this one. I picked a really bad time to backstep. Feels bad, man. I've always wondered, if you hit the enemy and the wall at the same time, does it double calculate the durability damage? Is this no leveling? No, this is leveling. This is just, it's a any percent damageless run. That was funny when he swung the thing back. I just got launched. Oh boy, that's kind of scary actually. You like the music? Yeah, this is a lot of different series OSTs, like movies and stuff like that, TV series. I think there's like some Skyrim on there, some violin, some piano. You legit thought he got me there? No, no. That was just me being moved because he was putting his hammer back, like he was recovering from it. It's like on Calamite where you get launched because like you dodge the attack and his arm's still moving. Or like the clams will like pick you up sometimes on their head. This is a run up and complete. I've never actually gotten damageless any percent on this. I've gotten hitless, which is just like not getting hit by enemies or staggered, but this is like all sources of damage. No red tier stone. So not yet, but it'd be cool to. I just thought of skipping this right away because I was like, why not just put all the effort into the whole run, the full thing? But because we only have a little bit of time left, let's just do the any percent, you know.
Oi, where are you off to?
Also, Poison, to clarify, as far as I know, Xenosum is the only person on the planet that's done this particular run, the any percent. So it has been completed in general. It's not a first ever, but I think it'll be the second one since he did it. And anyone can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. The other one hadn't been done though, the whole thing. So this is still pretty cool either way. Like it'd be really fun to get this. Sif, I'm sorry, I gotta do it. I'm sorry. I wish things could be different. Artorias. I'm not crying. It's a Souls game, no happy endings. It's like you can either set yourself on fire in the entire kiln, or you can walk out and be praised by giant serpents with floppy mustaches, and still be pruny. Well, maybe not. If you're human, you wouldn't be pruny, but yeah. Either seems a little iffy, but yeah. They're both pretty cool cutscenes. Does Xenosum still play? I think he's been doing speedruns of this, and he's been playing Overwatch quite a bit. He'll take breaks though. He actually was away from this game for months, just purely doing. I think he was trying to get like. Is there even like, I'm trying to think of what the ranking would be, like Diamond or Grandmaster or something. I don't know. In Overwatch, he's just really good at everything. So he just low key plays competitive stuff like a champion, and no one even really knows. That guy's like just. There's definitely some sort of correlation with people that have high intelligence doing these things, because like he's got a PhD in like shit that I don't even understand. Like he tried to explain it and I have no idea. And I see a lot of similarities with like quite a few people that do the speedruns and that where like there's some really smart people in like other aspects. Then there's me, and then I'm just like potato. If you don't make a beat. You've been making a lot of beats, King. Do you ever like try to like what's the like maximum length you can make them? Is there a limit for what you're using, or is it you can just do whatever? I was thinking you should try to make one for like some sort of like a rapper or something, maybe. If you know anyone that's doing that, try to collaborate with someone. Handsome potato.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Belated Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed theirs.
Bonaparte, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Wise on many topics. Well, I mean, I'm definitely not like at an IQ level where it's like dangerous, like where it's below what the average would be. I'm probably pretty average, but at the same time, there's just some like pretty like exceptional people that have done this kind of stuff. And it's interesting when like you look at people like Gino or Zeno or Distortion, like they definitely have like some higher level of intelligence for sure. There's like something extra going on there, without a doubt. Because all three of them are very smart, in my opinion. Like even Nems, man. Like even though like he might not like make it obvious that he's like, I think he's probably pretty damn smart too. Because like he learns really fast. Like there's just something about their learning processes that are so quick. And also diverse on multiple things too, not just this, but like they've all demonstrated like ability in like so many different things. Very specialized learning though. Potentially. It's insane how, yeah, it's like, it's more like their learning processes are like just highly intelligent. It's not even just like the games they're playing, but like they can kind of apply that to like almost, you'd think almost anything. It's interesting, you know? I don't know. I'm definitely, like, my learning process is very, very slow initially. And then it just hits this spike where it picks up super fast, usually. That's kind of how it is. Or it could just be a natural fit. Like, it's either one or the other. But, like, sometimes when I'm very slow, there will be this initial, like, kind of like, wow, that's, like, even below average. And then it goes, like, exceptionally better after a certain point. And it's not really even, but it just spikes. And for them, it's almost just like they're just always just figuring it out immediately. Like, snap the fingers, it happens. His 22-22 run on Sekiro was next level. Yeah, I don't even know. And then there's also the whole aspect of not only just understanding that stuff and figuring out optimizations or like ways to do things, but also being able to perform them as well. It's like another aspect, but just there's definitely some correlation between some level of like particular intelligence or something for a lot of those people, because while there is a lot of good players, like I think them in particular, like out of a lot of people I could think of, just like stand out a lot, even like out of all the best people. Like where they're almost alien or something. No game music? I'm just putting a playlist on for this. Wolf, not dog. Yeah, it's true. Calling a wolf a dog? Oh no. How dare you? It's completely different. It's not like they're related or anything. They're like heavy metal. Some of it depends on what band, what genre, like what subgenre. Pantera? Pantera's not bad. Like I wouldn't say I listen to Pantera often, but I would. Not opposed to Pantera. I think out of like that kind of like age of music, maybe like more like Iron Maiden or something. Or even like, I don't know, I would say that Megadeth I like is pretty good. I just don't like Dave Mustaine's voice on their music. He's a good singer. I've heard him sing other people's music really well. Pretty damn good to be able to play guitar and sing at the same time, but I just don't like his vocal style on most of their music. Maybe like Judas Priest, something like that. Definitely like them a little more. Pantera is not heavy metal. Pantera gets like classified as different things, definitely. Anthrax? Wait, no, I thought I read Anthrax for a second. Are you into death metal or are you more into cleaner stuff? I'm into like pretty much like a multitude of music, man. There's just different subgenres. Depends. Like I can't say I like all metal. I definitely don't. There's a lot of metal I don't like at all. That I never have and never will. There's some that I have liked that I just decided to kind of move on from because it just wasn't really exciting anymore. There's some bands that just write albums over time that aren't as good as well, or they change up their sound. A lot of artists I like have been doing that. Some like a lot of the time too. It's not a hit. It's more of a miss. Alice in Chains. I wouldn't say Alice in Chains are metal, but like they're definitely great. Gojira. Gojira's pretty cool. I haven't listened to enough Gojira though. I need to add them to my playlist. Enjoying the HU band? What is HU? Should get a corgi. I think if I got a dog, I'd get a medium-sized one, or like possibly a big one. I don't know, but it would have to be in the situation where there'd be like the environment for it, and I would be like permanently there too, or at least for a long time. Because animals get like really like upset when you move them around. I know they adjust, but just like I wouldn't want to have to like keep moving around on a regular basis. Corgi's a medium-sized dog. I thought they were small dogs. Have you listened to Low Roar? What is that? A basset hound? Shiba Inu? Shiba Inus are pretty cool. I will say that. Meet at Sundown. I probably heard of that before. That sounds very familiar. That literally sounds like a band that someone made in high school that played at like a venue where you literally just like have to sell your own tickets to be able to actually play a show, and they rip you off. And it's just like a warehouse that's abandoned or something. Low Roar is a band. Jack Russells are pretty cool. I mean, like I'd probably get like a golden doodle, or like I even like regular poodles are pretty cool. What else? Jack Russell pugs are pretty cool, but they have some health problems. I mean, there's like always going to be onset problems, but I think something that's like hypoallergenic would be good for sure. But yeah, I mean, I've spent some time with a golden doodle, and I'd say like that's probably like the all-round best dog I've been around before overall. And they're beautiful too, but like I don't know, they can be a little pricier than just like adopting a dog or whatever. How often do you play through DS1? How many times, like fully? I don't know. We're not even going the right way. We gotta go over here. All right, pick it back up. Let's go. Don't do pugs. They live life in pain because they're malformed due to inbreeding. Well, I was thinking of a Jack Russell pug, but I don't know if that would be the same case. They're a little different, right? It's like a combination, but I don't know. Like I'm not thinking about that like right now, but maybe in the future. Golden doodles are notorious for health issues, like from breeding, like pug bolt. Really? I don't know, man. I don't know. It might be like a retirement thing too. I don't know. Like it might be best to not even get any kind of pet until like I'm really old. I have no idea. It really depends on like the lifestyle and everything. I don't know. I was going to get a dog in my previous relationship because like we were planning to like be settled down and everything, but there would have been more of a support system there, and also it was like more of a mutual decision. But I don't know. I definitely, at least even if I was by myself, I'd want to have a place that's more permanent for sure. And maybe a bit more hardwood instead of as much carpet. I don't know. Cats seem lower maintenance than dogs. I've had cats before. Yeah, they don't really have as much personality. I mean, I love cats, but they're definitely less engaged overall. Which can be pretty good. Like, they can kind of hold their own. They don't really need. They're not as needy. They can be if you raise them that way, but they're not typically as needy, and they can be a lot less gross as well. But just it really depends on who you are. I like dogs a little bit more, but I do like cats a lot. I don't think I would ever get a cat again though, because I've had 3 in total. And yeah, I think the well, I guess like the 2 that I had were a pretty good experience and everything. Like, even though the one was kind of a dickhead sometimes, like the other one was a perfect cat. I don't know if it could be replaced. Are you the only one terribly afraid of dogs? There's probably a lot of people. I mean, it depends on what kind of experiences you've had. Some people may have been bit by a dog and they're just, it's like a trauma thing. Any plans to do more randomizer runs? Yeah, I want to do Foggate randomizer, and then I want to combine item and enemy randomizer and do a deathless with that. And then someone was even suggesting to go a step further and do no master key, and I was like, that's a really good excuse to not use that. 2 cats you have right now are amazing. Sometimes you get lucky and you just get like a really cool cat. Like, that's the thing, I can appreciate them and everything. I don't know if I could go through the whole process of having one again, but I haven't owned a dog personally, so it'd be different. And yeah, I've been around them probably more overall. But it's definitely very clear to me though that like the way that you train it and the way that your behavior can really kind of be instilled in the dog too. So you have to be careful. With all that, you know, you have to definitely put a lot of effort into that. You want a pet otter? That'd be hilarious run. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that'd be cool. How much longer, Gunky? We're gonna be finishing with this whenever this is over. We'll see. We made it pretty far, so gonna try to clutch this one out. Pet otter videos on YouTube. So people actually have otters as pets typically. Tasmanian devil, oh boy. It's a very interesting choice. Okay, I heard them fall fairly soon. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh boy. Can that thing even climb though, is my question. It's right there. Is it stuck? Can I even like lock on? Nice. Your cat bullies your big husky. It's funny. Yeah, that's... I've seen that before. That's pretty funny. I know, cats can like really... Can probably hurt dogs very quickly if they just scratch them on the face or something, like on the nose. I used to train dogs as a job. Even though Tasmanian devils are almost extinct and pretty much untamable, you'd love the challenge. So it was more of like the experience for you of owning it. Wait, do you know anybody that has one though, or have you like been around Tasmanian devils? Linking a beat in chat, one you've seen already. Okay, yeah, go for it. Do it, man. Do it. I dare you to. I'm gonna kick this guy right here because I don't like the fact that he's looking at me. Look at that. See? Kick him. Do it. Actually, I would kill Petrus if I could, but it's not going to be safe if I screw it up somehow. Because he would drop extra humanity, drop extra souls. I don't like his bowl cut. He's 290s. We need to get with the release date of this. Looks like a rotten coconut. Oh god. Oh, the armor. Yeah, the armor looks pretty funny. For sure. Your cat bullies a pit bull. Oh man. Tips for playing DS2, Rob. Definitely have patience. Level ADP. ADP is a really important stat. That gives you iframes for dodging, which will make it easier to play the game the intended way, because usually the mechanics in the other games just give you a set amount of iframes. It's roughly around like 11 or 12. So to get it up to the same level of ability of the other games, you need to level ADP into like the 20s or so. There's actually a little thing called agility. It's AGL as a substat beside the like the main stats. So when you're leveling ADP, look for AGL and wait till that gets to 99, and then you have enough where you're actually just as capable to dodge attacks as the other games. That's what you'd want to. That's a really good tip. That's the best thing I think anybody could tell you. Because when you don't know what that is, it'll just feel like the game's like not even fair at all. It'll feel unplayable, depending on what starting class you pick. And other than that, just like, you know, have fun, be patient with it. Take breaks if you need to. I definitely recommend trying the DLC if you don't have it already but are thinking about it. But if you have Scholar, though, the DLC came with it, so you are good. Is this run without DLC, Sanka? It is, yes. This is any percent. Okay, I'm gonna dark sign to get out of here, actually. We're gonna go back and just dark sign from where the ring was. DS2 Fight Club's back in the day. That was fun. I was talking about that earlier, actually. It's 4 a.m. Oh god, yeah, you should go to sleep. How about you have like, you should have a test, like if you can't pronounce your own name 5 times in a row perfectly because your name is already a tongue twister, then you need to go to sleep. Because I'm telling you right now, I couldn't even do that, so I should probably go to sleep too. You're gonna have to go to bed regardless. No, my name's not a tongue twister. Leia Lolliot is definitely a tongue twister though, if you say that 5 times really fast. Alright, we're gonna get this ring and get the hell out of here. And dark sign. Streamer, you ruined the one humanity. How dare you? Actually, that's convenient because I didn't pop the other ones in the beginning. There were 3 that I missed. Savvy, thanks for the good luck. I appreciate it, man. I guess we're gonna just go to Nito right now, or we'll be Duke skip normally. I think we did Duke skip later. Yeah, we'll just do Nito now. It honestly doesn't even matter. No difference. What does Fog Ring do? So enemies can't see you unless you're within like roughly around 5 feet or so. They can still hear you, but the visibility is obscured. So when you get really close, you'll see they'll try to attack. That's why we use it for Nito, for the skeletons, to kind of keep them in the corner. So if we don't go in that area, they're not going to just roll into us infinitely and kill us. What's your time zone? I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So it should be like 10 o'clock. Labyrinth. I think it's actually a mantis shrimp. That's the definition of it. Or like an Urban Dictionary term for like random stuff. But honestly, I wasn't really like planning on it being based off anything. It was mainly just like something my buddy was using the word at the time. I don't know why. And then I was like, oh yeah, like that's a pretty good name, because all my friends had really cool PlayStation names. Like they were like no numbers, no symbols, pretty damn original. It got recognized quite a bit in multiplayer games. So I was like, you know, I need to get like a name that's cool. And it didn't even turn out to be that cool, but no one else had it, so it was good. You know, it was original at least. Instead of being like Michael5412651ABC at DoritoNoScope.com. Like that's not what I wanted. East Coast, best coast. Oh man, everybody's coast is the best coast. You can't win that argument. Although, like, would you say like if you went to another coast, you would still say East Coast best coast? Would it change once you're there? East Coast, least coast. Oh no. We're gonna start like turf wars in chat. 7 in Cali right now. I'm a little jealous of the people that are not the time travelers, but the people that are behind on time. You don't even have a coast. Uh-oh. You're in Vegas, Jay? Nice. What's it like to live in Vegas? I've never been there before. I need to go there sometime. I'd probably be like... I don't even know what I would do, though, because I don't gamble, so... I'd have to find something cool. I guess just, like, sightseeing and all that. I just go to the casino and, like, not even, like, do anything. Just troll them. Be like, oh, I think I might play this game. And it's like, oh, really? It's like, no, I'm not going to. Just kidding. What's your hardest boss in Soulsborne? For me, overall, I think, like, on these kinds of runs, Cinder is the hardest boss still. Or even Demon Prince. Demon Prince can be pretty hard. Lawrence without cheese, though, I would probably be the worst at that overall when it comes to runs we've done. But then that question becomes like really complicated because there's stuff I haven't even played on DS2 for so long that I know I would be bad at it, but I don't know how bad. Out of runs we've done, though, I think Lawrence legit is actually pretty hard. He's got the biggest moveset. Don't even need to gamble to have fun in Las Vegas. They have cocaine. That sounds like a pretty big gamble as it is with your life. So 23, and you've only been to the casino, but nothing ever closed. Oh, so it's like 24 hours. That's pretty crazy. Wow. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere at some point. Yeah, but I've never been there before. What happened to the other type of run? So we usually do that, and then by the time we only have like a little bit left in the stream, like if there's an hour or two, I'll do something like this. So this is the same run, it's just any percent. But I haven't done the any percent either, so like this would be a first for me, and that's good. I'm playing it pretty slow right now, I will be honest about that. I'm a little slow. 4 Kings, I think we should wait for. We should go to Seath first. Let me do that. We're gonna save them. I'll just skip over them, pretending we went to them. We'll do them last. I should have rearranged that when I added Taurus. But yeah, even if I just do Seath right now, I'm gonna get a lot more Twinkling Titanite, or I have a chance to at least. Would you bet it on all black or red? Red. Do I hold any records? I have like a lot of runs that were the first of like the first ever, but in terms of like actual records on leaderboards, I had 2 world records on speedrunning, and then I think the one category got deleted, like they removed it completely, and then the other one is still there, but I got 2nd place right now because Nems just decided to change his mind and play it again, and did it really quickly because he's the best ever. But I had the record for SL1 all boss speedruns on 3, and then no major skips, all bosses on 3. And I think I have 10th place from the bottom of the leaderboard on Bloodborne BL4 all bosses, but I didn't grind that much, so I didn't even want that run to be submitted. They went on my profile and found it and submitted it without even letting me know. I guess they assumed I wanted it or something. But I was kind of embarrassed with the time. But it made it on the leaderboard at least. So and then I started to realize there's people that they're pretty content with times that don't even make it on there. So I guess like I should be happy about that. But I know I could do a lot better though if I actually put time into it. Nems is like a bot that activates when he drops a place. Oh, of course. There's like a mode. It's because he's got the same, like it's just the motive, man. It's the 110%. There's a switch that activates as soon as he doesn't like what he sees, and he can be in a completely different mode outside of that where you won't even see him stream. Like he won't even stream, or he won't even play this game at all, or the DS3. He'll play other stuff or do other little tiny things, and then as soon as like his name is not at the top of all the leaderboards, oh man, like you almost know what's gonna happen. You know he's just gonna overtake everybody again. And it doesn't even matter how ridiculous the time is. He'll figure out a way. He'll make up like a new skip that doesn't even exist. And that's distortion. That's like Xeno. That's all. Like that's what I mean. Like those people, like they're just like another level of impressive. And the effort, like, it almost seems like no effort at all. It's crazy. And then if you really look into how hard it actually is to do half that stuff, it's like, wow, that's mind-blowing. Because I was there. I didn't speedrun DS3. I was really new to that. And to get from 0 to world record level, when the time on that category was already kind of difficult, and it was the hardest category on any of the games to speedrun, hands down, like, I had the full lesson of, like, really, like, what it takes to be Nems. And it's scary, man. I'm just not as quick as learning. It's not a natural fit for me. Would you mind doing a no-hit guide at the end of one of your streams? I have guides for Bloodborne and DS3 right now. For this one, once I'm done this game, there was the goal to do guides for this, DS2, and Sekiro. I have the videos that I'm going to use for them. Just,
so the world might be mended.
I got to commentate them, so...
Squeal.
Maybe we could, at the end of one of the streams, just make a guide instead before this is finished. That could be a good idea. I could even just skip doing a hitless run and just do a damageless guide, maybe. I don't know. Like, I wanted to try to keep it orderly, where I do all the hitless runs, any % guides first, then I start going into optional stuff, then I start going into damageless, then I start going into all content damageless. Lily, thank you so much for the 2 months. Welcome back. How are you doing? If you guys know Lily Charles, I think she's trying to do it. Are you doing Deathless on DS3 right now? Or are you doing hitless right now too? Because there's quite a few people doing crazy things, and I can't keep up with it. But yeah, she plays a lot of DS3. If you want someone to watch that is pretty damn good. How's the run going? I'm just kind of using this as an idea to fill up the rest of the time in the stream, but fortunately it's going pretty well, so I'm excited. I gotta tone down. Gotta tone down a little bit. Getting too excited. But do I plan on getting into Jedi Fallen Order? I already played about a third of it or so, I think. I put in about 7+ hours into it, so I will be returning to it. I've just been taking a break because of the runs on this. Is that Yo-Yo Ma? It is Yo-Yo Ma. I feel like he's practically sponsoring the stream right now. A lot of his music has been on today. Yo-Yo Ma the homie. Wasn't Yo-Yo Ma on Arthur or something like that? I feel like I remember that. I was like, that's a pretty cool pop culture appearance or something like that on a kid's cartoon. DW called him Yo Mama. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was like one of my favorite episodes. Oh man. Who's the hardest From Soft boss for you to beat during your first encounter with the boss? Nameless King. Took 22 hours or something like that. That was SL1 to be fair. I was doing SL1 blind, but still. Still doesn't really change the fact that it was hard. Only 22 hours. Well, yeah, like SL1 blind playthrough 22 hours. For me, being someone that already played a lot of the games, I think that's like actually a pretty long time still. And I feel like if I was in SL1, I still would have taken a large handful of hours. I mean, Orphan and Lawrence, actually no, Lawrence I did technically unleveled as well. Orphan I did leveled, that was 72. That took 5.5 hours. Just for reference. Sword Saint Ishin took about 5 hours as well. Volleys, have a good rest of your evening. I'll see you later. Thank you for hanging out. First time with Dark Lurker? I don't actually remember that. I couldn't tell you. It's harder to remember my first play, like my first time through different bosses that weren't streamed, because like I didn't stream when DS2 came out. It was the year before, so. What does SL blind mean? Oh, SL1 blind? Like soul level 1 character, unleveled character, and then a first playthrough. So I didn't level the character, I picked the lowest level you could be. No stat investments on him, and then we did a first playthrough like that. It's kind of the idea. Oh no, it's not gonna work. I don't want this guy to fall on my head. I should have used the halberd for that. That was a big goof right there. Kind of frustrated about that. On the way to Bed of Chaos, there's more Twinkling Titanite, but that was like the mother load right there, and I screwed it up because I used the wrong weapon. Because I haven't done that for a while. I forgot you had to use the halberd. Not doing the DLC anymore. I am. I'm also doing the any % run to finish off the stream now, just so I can get that out of the way too. Because we were just gonna skip over it originally, go right for the big one. But I've never done damageless any % on this, so that's like a way so we can still continue doing the runs to finish off. But then I also don't have to feel like there's a time constraint on the bigger run. Since, like I said, like because we're working in with the idea that the whole run for the big one takes over 3 hours, you either seem to like overdo it when it comes to the amount of time it takes, or underdo it. It's never really spot on like the 8-hour mark. Whereas when I was doing runs like the any percents for 2 hours, I would be able to pull off an 8-hour stream just like randomly, pretty easy, because the amount of time that the attempts took. But if I get a far run on this, it's way harder to guarantee that I could actually stream for just 8 hours, just 7 hours. That was pretty scary, actually. I have the regular roll going too. Made it. Scary. Can't see because the camera's adjusting itself. What is going on? Alright, Beta Chaos. Just have to see if we have enough humanities for this. Excuse me. Gusman, it's been pretty good. Today's been pretty damn good for gameplay, I think. Been pretty damn focused. How about you? Uh, 17, 23. So I need eight humanities from patches, so I gotta buy a bunch and then kill them. Long streams put me in focus mode. No, I think just today it was a good combination of focus. I don't know. there's just those days. Yeah.
Right.
Which was my first 0 hit run. DS3 any percent was my first. So I could kill patches. I probably wouldn't have a lot of damage to do it right now though. With what he gave me, I don't know if that's enough. Let's see. No, I'm still short by 3 and he drops 4, so I have to kill him. Alright, I have a way we can do this. I was just thinking I didn't have a homeward bone, but honestly, I can just go through the hole. And warp back up. Can you go back for the Twinkling Titanite? I could, but it'd be a bit risky since we're going to Beta Chaos already. I'm gonna have more Twinkling Titanite, but we'll see. We'll see what happens because I might need more. I think the difference between +4 and +5 on 4 Kings with a lot of strength won't really be that big of a deal, but we'll see how much we get to. Because we're not actually going to use the hammer yet. We're going to go to Beta Chaos. Why do you need so many humanities? You got to make an offering to the Covenant to open the shortcut for Beta Chaos. King Onbi, yeah, that's what we're doing. Most souls I've had at once. Oh, I had like the maximum that you could get because I did like this weird thing where you basically like you can dupe them. And I remember I went to school and I put the controller under the leg of a table with the button held down and I just got to like the max. I think everybody was doing that at one point. Like once the game was out for a longer amount of time and people wanted to make PvP characters really quickly, like that was the best way to do it. Unless you could somehow get a save state from someone else, but that was difficult on PS3. So I'd just do that and then I'd be able to make a character without having to spend all the time replaying it over and over again. Just PvP right away. AFK farming, yeah, it was hilarious, but if you had something to go do, like it would just be done by the time you got back, so. And then I think they fixed that and it went back to just the forest farming where you get those guys to like fall off the ledge, off your shield and all that. I only have 2 of these, so I gotta be very careful. Oh boy. And then I really do need this too. Catalyst. Let's see if I can still roll with that. Apparently not. What's the max? I honestly don't even know the number. It's just a bunch of 9s, man. Like, it's probably in the whatever the amount of digits are in the box right now times 2. So like 5, like 10 digits or something like that. All 9s. Okay, let's see if we can get this. You did that in GTA to get money. Hey, there you go.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
The strategies. Like, for PvP, it was definitely a really convenient thing. Like, I wouldn't have done it for, like, a first playthrough. It wasn't even possible on a first playthrough, but I wouldn't be interested in that. But definitely to save the hassle of doing, like, all the stuff that really isn't necessary for a character to just get right into the multiplayer. Like, that's way more fun. It's like the kind of games like where I was saying like Destiny would be cool if you could just PvP, but it's not about that though. So I like the PvP in it, but I don't like the idea that you have to have a random chance to get like certain items to be able to be adequate enough to play it with other people. Like, that's kind of, for me, kind of a bummer. I'd rather it be balanced out already and just ready to go, because I'm mostly used to multiplayer games that are specifically made for that. And in these games, like, there is that aspect still, but it's not as much time consumption. The items aren't as rare. A lot of them are guaranteed, and you can just get a save state anyways. Pass it on with everything on it and just get it ready. Why not just warp to the bonfire rather than running through? Because I don't have it. The reason is if I sit at it early on, then I have to go through Blighttown backwards. Because it's already lit, so I can't just light it and then homeward bound. Because there's a firekeeper there, so we have to actually go backwards through Blighttown if we do that, and going backwards through Blighttown is more dangerous than going through it the regular way twice. Mainly because the blow dart guy and like all the ladders going up and the delay that you take going up all of them, rather than just like being able to skip a couple of them. Destiny's pretty much all you play. I think it's a really cool game, but it's just not for me though. Like, the objective of it is just not what I want in a game, I guess. But I gave it a chance because it came with my PS4 a long time ago, and it was pretty fun. And I really wish I could have gotten in PvP more, because I like playing it, but I didn't like shooting a guy a million times and he could kill me in like 2 hits. Just didn't really feel fun working harder to kill people than other people would have to for me. I might actually run all the way down here manually so I can cast Fall Control soon and then not wait. But if we have a lot of stuff to pop though, no, we don't have anything. I'm gonna possibly just run around the entire thing. I think that might save more time. Check out Cami Cakes on YouTube sometime if you're interested in Destiny PvP. He's taken characters to max level entirely through PvP on free-to-play accounts several times. That'd be really cool to see. I'd love to see something like that. Is he just really good at the game? Like, or can everybody do that? Because like when he's PvPing in the beginning with nothing, is he losing a lot, or is his ability to actually like get good scores less because he doesn't have the items? Or is there certain things you have to do to just like I don't know. For me, I jumped into it and it literally like I was getting killed so much quicker because the weapons I had weren't as good from the PvE. And I'm not terrible at FPS games. I'm definitely decent at them, so I'm used to just everyone being on the same playing field with their ability. Or like when you select guns, there's like a balance between all the different ones at least. And with that, you're not actually selecting guns, so you're just kind of bringing them in there, the ones you got. Van Rocks, what's going on, dude? I'm gonna use this right here. So we can just make sure we don't have to worry about falling off this early. On the first playthrough, you tried going through Demon Ruins. After beating Quelaag, you died way too many times to count. It's a pretty scary place, to be honest. I don't blame you. Like when that part when the centipedes fall down from the ceiling, that actually gave me a jump scare. Because I wasn't paying attention. I think I walked right into one and died. Fallout Plays is another one. He does breakdowns of all the weapons. That's pretty cool. Alright, Crystal Lizard, please. Nice. And there's our Twinkling Titanite for the hammer if we need it, but it looks like we're only going to manage to get +4. So that's probably the best we'll do. Yeah, regardless of what happens, is a pretty solid way to end, filling up the time exactly to the limit, and actually making it almost the end of this too. But I really want to get this though, so we gotta do good on Four Kings. Actually, I guess we should take it one step at a time. Let's do good on this first. Why does the character have 0% body fat? He doesn't even have skin, dude. He doesn't have skin to contain the fat. I think that's something you need first, right? It's like he's like a Titan or something. He's like armor, like the Colossal Titan. I guess actually no, all the Titans kind of like, well, no, the special ones look like that. Kind of looks like Colossal Titan. He's a raisin. Doesn't even have eyes. Yeah, that's true, actually. You don't even have eyeballs in this, do you? No, you don't. Wow. That's unfortunate. It's been a while since I've watched the stream. Is a sidebar right? You only have to kill Gwen? I have to kill Four Kings still. I skipped over them because we wanted to save some damage for that fight. Or save some time so we could get some stats in the meantime, and then get more damage with the stats and one more Crystal Lizard that we had to kill over here to upgrade this weapon a bit more as well. Alright, so +5. I guess I can use the black fire bombs on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna take off this as well. Woohoo, that was a good call right there. That was a pretty good call, man. Oh, okay. I've had that happen before, like in a way that was slightly less scary, but that was the scariest, I think. Very, very close. We got good RNG with it being fast, though. First attack was the good one. Why'd you back out instead of rolling in the center? There's a very low % chance you immediately die when you reach this area, because it'll put the attack ahead of where you are, and then you're trapped. So to make it impossible for it to be able to do that attack 2 times, you have to make it do it once and then run over there that way, because it's super unlikely it'll ever do that, and then it's guaranteed. But if you just go in immediately, it's dangerous. There's always a chance you're guaranteed dead. Okay, now we're gonna go 4 kings. So we'll just do purely strength for the end, and that should make up a little bit for the damage on this, but I think we're fine either way. I mean, I could go to the Duke's Archives bonfire again, run back, get that Crystal Cave bundle of them, but like, I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think that like a mistake on 4 kings will be because of the +4. Like, I could not imagine that. It's definitely gonna be from playing bad, because we did it with way less stats and +3 and it was fine. We are gonna have to wait for the transient curse to wear off, though. It's gonna be like a good 2.5, 3 minutes maybe. If you beat 4 kings, will you do the DLC? There's only really enough time left that I plan to stream to just do the rest of this run, man. So we were gonna basically finish this, or if it didn't work out and we lost, then we were just gonna end after that. So this kind of perfectly finishes off the stream. Never finished DS because you got stuck at 4 kings. They're not the easiest thing on the first playthrough. And they're really annoying on this when you don't have red tier stone, right? Anything planned after the stream, Turco? Like for you guys or something like that? Damn, I should have been a little bit more discreet when I was ordering that clown that was juggling monkeys on tricycles to perform for you guys. Oh, I spoiled everything for you. Turco had to ask that question. Now you know the surprise. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, Turco, is I'm going to eat food because I am starving. And because there's an app that delivers food that 2 people from it stole my food actually within a week. They had to give me a refund on the stuff. So I'm going to use up the rest of that, and I'm never going to use that service again. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, no, it's actually, it's crazy because like, I've used it for a long time, and only when I moved back to around this area did that happen. When I was living elsewhere, like a bit more, I guess you'd say to like the east or whatever. I don't know. Like when I was living further away, like they never did that, and it was always pretty quick. But then 2 times in 1 week since being here, they stole the food. And it was funny because the one time the guy was actually, he had already gotten the stuff, and then an hour and a half went by, and he was delivering other orders. And he was in like the parking lot of McDonald's or something like that, and then like I guess around an area where there's a bunch of students, and then canceled it like 2 hours later, but had the stuff still because he had gotten it. They had confirmed that he got it. So I was like, how do you even like I guess people can do that and get away with it because they can't get in trouble. They're not actually employed. Like there's no boss they respond to. It's just an app, right? And my one friend was saying like his ex-girlfriend's brother would steal food all the time when he did that, so I didn't know it was like a common thing. I was actually surprised someone would even do that, especially when you're giving them a tip too. But like at the same time, I've also heard that if the tip's not even like good enough, like they'll just not even care. Like they'll treat you very differently. So I don't know, but to be 100% fair, it's not a great. I'm sure it's not a great service to make money from. So unless you have like a lot of business or you get lucky. So some people just might not actually value the fact there's a person that really just wants to at least have like somewhat decent like 3-star service on the other side rather than like negative 2-star service. Like, I'm not picky. I don't get mad at people if they're late. I don't like. There's like the whole thing where there's places where they'll give you stuff for free if they're late. There's been a time where a guy was like a couple minutes late because of like weather or something, and they even offered to give it to me for free, and I'm like, no, dude, no, I'm going to pay for it because the weather, and you're not the person that may have assumed that it was going to be like that or whatever. Plus, maybe they took a long time to make it. I don't know. I didn't want to give them a hard time, so I still paid for it. I could have got it for free. It's just one of those things where I'm pretty lenient. It's just like, it's really crazy to see that. So that's what I'm gonna do. People can be real scummy. Must have been a fake Canadian. A fake Canadian. What does that mean? Yeah, we have like rogue Americans here stealing our food. Something like that. Why do you need to wait for Transient Curse to run off? So you can't actually use Fall Control unless Transient Curse is gone. Also, Van Rocks, thank you for the Prime sub, by the way. Hope you enjoy your emotes, man. Oh, God. I need to switch the arrows. Oh, we don't even have the good arrows for this, so I guess we're just trying to wait till we have a chance to see these guys. What's with the other bosses? So, I mean, we skipped over 4 kings. Oh, wait, you're talking about why am I doing like any percent? We're just doing it to finish off the stream. And it's a run I haven't done yet. It's like a smaller version of what we're regularly working on. But if I were to do all the other stuff, the stream would be like well over 9 hours at this point. So we're just finishing off with this. And then once this is done, I guess I might just switch it up and like do some Star Wars at the end from now on, just to finish that up. Even if it's just like an hour, it will probably be pretty tedious to like edit every single thing together to bigger VODs, but I'll just do that if I have to, because I figured out a pretty good way to do
Let
it.
strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Now I'll get that out of the way so we can go into other stuff when this is done and not just do the Star Wars. But yeah, that'll be the case if we get this. Sean, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back, man. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yeah, I gotta put in some insane hours, man. We've missed out on some this week. Gotta do some OG ones. Okay, so now Transient Curse works. Or we're off. So we can do this. Deeds, what's going on? Will Canada conquer the world before or after cats? Are cats actually the main contender against Canada for conquering the world? They definitely have to be the keyboard cats, though, not the normal ones, like the super smart cats. Squirrels are number 1 last time you checked, really. How much money do you end up raising for the charity? 4,274 Canadian and change. There's actually a command if you type in ! charity. And then what I'll try to do, like I have like a file with all my invoices and the receipts and stuff like that. So like I'll have the whole, like from the very beginning of doing it, I'll keep track of all of them. We can look back on them in the future. I'll make like a little board for it, but yeah, we actually did, I think, around 1,500 or 1,600 last time earlier in the year. So that will help a total, like combined with both of those amounts, roughly 100 families. So for their children's treatment and stuff. Which I actually, like, I didn't like put it into perspective. I didn't think about that, but it kind of made me like want to go there and just like kind of see everything too. So I've never visited one of them before. I know some people that have had kids that have gone there, but yeah, I'd like to just go on a tour one day. I think like the real gravity of that will set in a little bit, but $4,000 Canadian, $15 US, pretty much. That's kind of how it works. That exchange, man. Yeah, but I think doing that for you guys, maybe making a video too, just like a little thing to document it, would be a really good idea. So the people that did like, you know, so much crazy stuff for that can actually see like how that's affecting people directly. Oh, of course we have the insane piano song for this. Whoa. The dodge. You do not see 4 kings dodge that often. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. Has a run died for me for getting the ring? I think a long time ago. Like, I don't even think during the last trilogy we did I made a mistake like that, but maybe like before that. Okay, we don't know where the curvature of the wall is, so I'm gonna have to like find it really quickly. Be careful. I think it's right here, so we have to turn right slightly. Oh, I should have gone in on that one. Wait, we actually had a good timer on that? Wow. Oh no, this king's just like chilling. He's not even doing anything. Or is he like, he's like constantly like sidestepping. Whatever that is. Oh, another dodge. They must be getting close to walls or something. I have no idea. Okay, now this one is overlapped, unfortunately. That's scary. Oh, good RNG, yes. I'll take it, cool. That's that. So yeah, that was with +4. With +5, totally could do that. On the main run, we'd have even like 40 strength, so we'd be like 5 levels stronger, I think, for strength 2. No problem. I have no idea how I outran the magic, and then the guy was still, I don't know if he was spawned already and just stuck or something. That was really weird. What's the rule of this run? No fall damage. It's no damage, no reduction to the health bar. Just doing any % right now. Going to Gwyn. Oh yeah, I have to say it like how we're going to Gwyn. Oh my god, we're going to Gwyn. Yeah. Roberto. Not too late to go back and kill the other bosses. I think it's a little bit too late for that. Although I don't have a slab to break down to get this to higher upgrade levels, so we're actually stuck on pretty lame damage for this. I am also not even going to use the flip ring on this fight because of spacing. I need my spacing to be a bit better. Oh wait, you know, I'm gonna cast Fall Control before this too, so we can kind of go around the other side. Let's do that. Little gamer, how are you subbed? You might have been gifted one. You can actually check in your notifications, or you can see in the purchase tab where you normally have your subs. There's a heading that says gifted, and it'll tell you who did it. How many are active. If you kill Gwen, Spider-Man isn't going to be happy. Gwen. Oh man, that was cringy. I wish I had told my my bad joke earlier after that, so I didn't look as bad. We're gonna get in there. Gwen's gonna be dead from that joke, 100%. Is he dead? He's dead. That's 0 damage any percent. GG. Let's do the unexpected ending. Well, there's for anyone that's never seen a run that's like cool or anything. There you go. Feels good, man. I was getting a little sketched out at the end there. My hands are sweating a lot. Jesus. Whew. That's like the mini version. So now we have something that's okay. Like that's happened. That's okay. That's not that bad. Now to actually do like the full thing. It's good practice though. Since that happened, but yeah, I'll put that on YouTube because like I said, I've never done that before. Only one person's done that, I think, ever. So it's pretty cool. World second, yeah. Yeah, definitely go check out Xenosum if you haven't before. He's the only other person that did any percent damage less on this, and he's amazing at this game. Much better than me.
GG.
Key Soap, thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate it. You did it like it was nothing. Well, I mean, like you have to understand. I've been practicing like the bigger version of it, which has so much extra content on it that like that would be a lot crazier if I only was practicing doing that, and we probably would have already gotten it at this point anyways because it's so much shorter. But that feels really good though to actually end it with that and get it. It's amazing. What's his name? Xenosum. Xenosum. I don't know if he's been playing this lately, but he's like a wizard on this game for challenge runs. He's been doing like speed run challenge runs or speed run hit lists and stuff like that. Saphira, we did. I am going to find someone we can raid now. What I'll do is I'll do a quit out first. We'll look at the playtime really quick. So you did it in 2:10:11. That's pretty slow, but I'll take it though. Let's go find someone we can raid. Yeah, and thank you so much, guys, for an amazing stream. It's been awesome today. It was nice to do like an actual proper stream. Very excited about that. And tomorrow we better get some damn good results on this big run, because that was a good precursor for it. I am going to raid. I'm gonna raid Metric again. Metric's playing some Darkest Dungeon. I will see you guys there. He definitely deserves it, and I really want him to get partnered. So like he should have already, in my opinion. And I don't think raids help with that, but maybe it's just gonna make him in a good mood, and he's gonna get partnered right now, and everyone's gonna feel good that they did that and be an honorary Canadian. So I will see you guys there. Nova raid. I will raid Nova tomorrow if she's streaming. I promise you that. I'll see you guys in Metric stream. I'll see you guys again tomorrow as well. Oh, and by the way, here's the Twitter and YouTube if you want to see anything you missed and catch up with the stream. There you go.